really sorry. I didn't think it would end up like this.
I am a good person. That is who I am.
You better run.
The Russians in general, when I was working on it, I've become friendly with George Saunders. This is before he wrote his great book about Russians, and he was encouraging me to read Russians. And I actually, gonna sound corny, but I read Anna Karenina, and I read some of, like, most of War and Peace. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool to make a show like this that has these big parts of it, but you could watch it as one big thing and it still feels like it's all one piece of a piece. You know what I mean? So that was definitely a part of it, but it's hard to say I read Anna Karenina and people not be like, you're a pretentious jerk or something. I don't know. So I'm always like, yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV. I leave out that part, but I was like, well, I was reading big Russian books.
Look, Mr. Kusno, I want you to know I went there because I was worried about you and I was protecting you. You know that, right? You know that, right? Are you mad at me?
I never had much sympathy for him, but it was weird how people did have sympathy for him. I think the thing was just trying to make him human and not make it an archetype or having a character that just solely is there to kind of exemplify one viewpoint, you know, so it's kind of two-dimensional and really, you know, broad or something. So I think making him have feelings and feel things, you know, what he's striving for is something that I think a lot of people would like or can relate to. But what I always never want to lose focus of is that, you know, he murders people, you know, and that he has a lot of anger. And it's not, I think, you know, season one was, gosh, can I change myself? I'm so good at this thing I hate, but geez, can I hate? And then season two's like, you know, it's part of his who he is, you know. I don't think he's ever going to be able to change it. You know, and season three was like, oh, well, then can I redeem myself? And now season four is like, well, do I accept this or not?
If I hadn't tried to understand myself, we wouldn't be here.
I do think about that, you know. It's always been really interesting to me, actually, this inherent violence within people. You know, it's like the beginning of 2001, you know, there's Dawn of Man, and it's a, you know, this is where we get our water. Well, I want our water here. And then the one thing clubs the other one and kills it. And then it's about wanting control. And so there is something really interesting about that to me, and movies that have explored that, like Clockwork Orange or Unforgiven, Clint Eastwood movie. I always, those are things that or how violence was, you know, one movie that, you know, I think about how they handled violence was Goodfellas, you know, where it is kind of fun and everything until Spider gets shot. And then you're going, oh yeah, wait, I've been enjoying this up until then, but yeah, you've been hanging out with mobsters. What do you think's going to happen? You know? So, but yeah, I mean, it goes back to that kind of Dostoevsky, that Russian thing of, like, how am I able to do this?